Happy Thursday. It's Melissa Nager here, and I want to say good morning, first of all, to all of you out there in Facebook land. Today, I wanted to talk about something that I used to struggle with quite a bit. If you have not watched me before, my name is Melissa Nager. I'm a network marketing professional. I like to bring tips here to help you better your home business, but also a lot of the tips that I bring can apply to other aspects of your life, especially this one, for instance. Overthinking tends to stop us from a lot of things in our life. This is something, like I said, that I have struggled with very much. And if you struggle with overthinking, you know that it can stop you dead in your tracks. It can cause you a big roadblock in anything that you're trying to accomplish. And it can also get you discouraged, depressed. There's a lot of things that we tend to do when we overthink. But here's one thing to remember. Thinking is, we have so many thoughts that go through our head, and it's really important to be self-aware about what you are thinking about. We have, on a day-to-day basis, I actually looked this up because I wanted to know what is the average thoughts that we have in our head every day. And we have, on average, you guys, 70,000 thoughts a day. And wouldn't it be nice to be able to control at least a good portion of those so that it works for you and they're not just thoughts running willy-nilly in your head and overloading you? So I want to talk about 4 things that will help. If you pay attention to these 4 things, they might help you stop overthinking, at least to some degree, and help focus on things that you want to think about rather than things that are just in there floating around. So if you're jumping on, leave me a 1 in the comments if you're on for my live, and 2 if you're catching the replay. And feel free to drop in a city and state so I know where you're tuning in from, and I can say, hey. So, okay, guys. So the first thing, when we're dealing with overthinking, the first thing that's really important is becoming aware, self-awareness. Self-awareness is huge. You have to be aware that the thoughts are there. Some people live, on a day-to-day basis like, nothing's wrong, I'm fine. They just shut it out and pretend like those things don't exist. We all tend to have negative thoughts. And whether or not we choose to dwell on them or choose to multiply them is up to us. Self-awareness, realize there's negative thoughts, there's negativity all around us on a day-to-day basis. And you have to accept that first. You have to accept that there's thoughts, and you have to accept that there's negative thoughts in there, and you have to be aware in order to change those thoughts. One of the things that can help you, and I used to do this a lot when I first started working on my personal development and trying to improve my thought process and trying to change my mindset. One of the things that I did was I kept a thought journal. Like I said, there are 70,000 thoughts running through your brain on a day-to-day basis. They can be just firing off. I personally probably think I have double because I'm an overthinker. So a thought journal can help you. That way you can become aware of the thoughts that you're having, whether they're negative or not. You want to write those thoughts down in a journal, acknowledge them, and become self-aware. So that's number 1. My first tip is awareness. Become self-aware that you are having those thoughts. Accepting the fact that you have those thoughts, and then you can work on changing them. Without being aware that they're there, you really aren't going to have any luck changing them. Number 2 is meditation, you guys. Richard, he needs a journal. All right, Richard, see, I have 1 person willing to try this. So let's try, everybody, and do this. Number 2, I promise it will better you. Number 2 is meditation, you guys. I know that a lot of people think meditation is a bunch of hooey, like, oh my God, I'm going to be called a hippie if I do meditation and da-da-da-da. But I can tell you for sure that meditation is a plus. It can only add to your life. But listen, a lot of people start doing meditation and they get burnt out right away because they feel discouraged that they're not doing it right. Meditation takes practice, you guys. You're not going to get on the meditation train one day, start doing a 30-minute meditation and automatically be awesome at controlling your thoughts. It doesn't work that way. What you want to do is you want to start small with meditation. It really does help. You want to focus on your breathing in and breathing out. Yes, exactly. Tree hugger. That's what they're going to say. They're going to be like, she's a tree hugger, she's a hippie, which couldn't be farther from the truth for me. So definitely not that, but I definitely absolutely love meditation. What you're going to want to do is you're going to start practicing, and over time you're going to be able to power your mind with more positive thoughts. You're going to be able to use your mind more effectively to change those thoughts that are floating around in there and that are unimportant, and you're going to be able to use that power of your mind. It can be really effective if you practice and get good at it. There's no greater power than being able to control your thoughts. I mean, that is like everyone's ultimate goal, as far as thinking positively. So meditation can totally help. I'm not just saying that, I promise. I love meditation. One of the things that I am so excited about with meditation is I like guided meditation. If you don't know what guided meditation is, try and do that. It's really powerful. It can get you out of the present and really focus on what's in your mind. So that's number 2, meditation. So we got 1 is awareness. Number 2 is meditation. Number 3, focus, you guys, focus. I know it sounds simple, but one thing at a time. I don't know about you, but in the past and on a regular basis even, I have to stop myself from letting all of the noise get in. I have to separate one thought focus at a time. Block out the noise. Block out the noise in your head. It's really hard in today's world. We have so much noise going on around us. As a mom, as a stay-at-home mom, I have dogs yapping, I have kids talking, I have TV in the background, and that can be really, really hard for people to filter and focus on one thing at a time. So listen, be present. Yes, being distracted, it's really easy to do these days. I mean, it's like, everybody gets distracted. But when you get better at this type of thing, stopping the overthinking and focusing on one thing at a time, it gets easier. Again, it's something that you need to practice. It's not something that, hey, today I'm going to be present and automatically for the rest of your life you're present. It doesn't work that way. It's just, these are things that you need to constantly practice and get better at. And another thing that you can do when you're trying to focus and stay present is try new things. When you try new things, it forces you to become present in the moment. It forces you to focus on the present. So try and do new things. I mean, you see, people doing new things and they get so amped up about it. Oh my God, that was so awesome. It was like the best few moments, whatever, like skydiving, let's say, for example. You hear people talk about, oh my God, I'm so glad I did that. It was so exhilarating. And you know what? If they weren't focusing on the present, they wouldn't have those feelings. So try to remember that it's really important to block out the noise and focus. So number 3 is focusing on the present. And the last one, you guys, which again seems pretty simple, but these are not things that just come naturally. These are things that you have to focus on and practice. The last thing is separate yourself from your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. This is really important to realize. And I had a really hard time with this in my younger years. It really took a toll on me because I thought that whatever my thoughts were is what I was. And I've got news for you guys. You are not whatever your thoughts are. You are not your thoughts, and you can use your thoughts to better yourself because you know you're having those thoughts. And if they're negative, obviously you need to know that you have the power to change them and shape them. And by shaping them, you can change the way you feel about your thoughts. You are in control of your thoughts, basically, but your thoughts are not you. Like I said, there's all this noise around us. It's really important to realize that they can be separate. You do not have to be your thoughts. And don't be on autopilot. Don't let your thoughts control you. I mean, if you're letting all this noise and you have those 70,000 thoughts, probably 140,000 for me, then you are going to be letting those control you if you're not shaping them the way that you want your thoughts to come across. If you're not shaping them and actively, trying to better your thoughts and use them, then they're going to just be on autopilot And I'm sorry to tell you guys if you haven't noticed, but the world has gotten pretty negative over the years. So if you're on autopilot, you're probably going to be letting those negative thoughts shape your actions, and that's not what you want. So stop. That's number 4. Separate yourself. So we got number 1 is awareness, number 2 is meditation, number 3 is focus, and number 4 is separate yourself. So I hope those helped you. If you'd like to get into those more in depth, of course, I do them really briefly on here because I don't like to tie up your morning, you guys. But if you want to talk more in depth about those tips and about, breaking through and stopping your overthinking, I'm more than welcome you to message me, share this if you think that someone needs this, tag your people, whatever. But I thank you guys for watching, and tomorrow is Friday, yay! That's my happy Friday dance. So I will see you guys on Friday tomorrow, and I hope you guys have an awesome Thursday. And if there's anything you need, as always, feel free to reach out, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.